Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the Large K Video Podcast, and we got Bijan of Hero Across the Sky here.
Hello.
How's it going, dude?
Hey, Kazu.
Yeah. No, this is a really nice pad that you have here, but have you been living here for a while, or?
Just about a year. Before that, I lived with a friend of mine, and before that, I lived in a studio I built.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're originally from Long Beach? Or?
Well, I was born in, I guess it's Northridge, but I moved to Long Beach when I was 2, and then I moved to Westminster.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. No, that's really cool, man. I just want to get to know you, just kind of a background of you as an artist, and just wanted to know a bit about your start. I know it sounds kind of typical, but, I wanted to know, when did you first pick up guitar?
I picked up guitar at 10, but before I started with bells when I was 8 years old, and that's when I learned how to read music at first.
Bells, like the one where you do that? Okay.
Like handbells, chimes.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and when did you decided that you could start making music on your own?
I think around 13 or 14. That's when I wanted to start writing my own songs.
Okay. And did that happen to be Hero Across the Sky, or was this I don't know, I guess were you in any bands before you started this project?
No, it was just me and my friend James. He's in a band called Missing Words now.
Okay.
But he was my drummer, and I taught him how to play guitar, and he was a year older than me, so we would play together and jam for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
And then we brought in my bassist friend Nick.
Okay.
And Nick is actually my current bassist.
Okay. Yeah. How long has this Hero Across the Sky project been around for? Been since because I saw a old video of you jamming from 2012 or something like that.
So 5.5 years ago, that's when me and John tried to launch Hero Across the Sky.
Yeah.
But he was in about 21 different bands at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, he was in a lot of bands back then.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have too much time. So we made one EP, and that was about it.
Oh, okay. And then from there on, you guys created 2 more EPs, right?
Well, this one, and now we're working on a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of the music I made between that 5 years, I was just doing indie electronic, solo music.
Yeah, because I listened to the 2013 EP and also the one after that, and I feel after I was listening to it, I was like, well, this is actually kind of different from what's going on. Yeah, what's going on right now? Yeah.
I did a reverse Skrillex.
Yeah, from the first to last to the dubstep, and now it's okay. Yeah, I think it was the Pretty Princess EP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I called it Pretty Princess. It's totally different.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. No, because then and after it transitioned from that to your current EP that came out last year.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That one has Chris Sigakis on drums.
Okay.
From RX Bandits, or The Sounds of Animals Fighting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he came into the studio where I lived at, and he was friends with my friends there pretty much.
Okay.
Since they were younger. They're actually pretty local.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. And about the Hero Across the Sky EP, was everything a live recording? When I was listening through it, it felt like it was I was right there,
It's been a long time since I've actually revisited that one myself, but no, it was actually all computer made except for the video that me and John did.
Okay.
Because I just used royalty-free drums and paste those loops in certain areas and then built songs on top of that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. How did you end up coming up with that band name, Hero Across the Sky?
It's actually a song by a band that I really like called Blue Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. And they wrote the song Eyes on Fire, which was in Twilight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they still around, or?
I think so. They're really good. I like them a lot.
Yeah, one thing that really stuck out about your project is the imagery.
Yes.
And you do a lot of cartoon, and even on Instagram you post that a lot, but Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, I want to make a cartoon as soon as I can, but
Yeah.
I have a small team.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just trying to build and find more animators to work with on certain projects.
Is that shirt one of them? Like,
yes,
as part of it?
Yeah, this is my main design artist. My friend Abadel Flores, he does this for me.
Oh, okay, cool. So do you want to like, I was thinking like based on like the characters you have like you know from your band, like do you want to eventually make this into like a animated short film or something with featuring your music or?
Exactly, more like a series. Like I have actual episodes and ideas. It's been like a 3-year kind of
nice
venture, and it's just been like maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that, and like talking with my friends, and they actually help a lot. Like a lot of other friends will like be hanging out with my one friend when he's doing this for me.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, do this or do that.
Yeah.
So it's a group collaborative effort. Like everyone's trying to help.
Okay. And because there's not only that, but also the unicorn.
Yes.
That looks like a wizard and stuff.
Yes.
Too. Yeah. I'm just kind of thinking to myself, what is the story like? You know.
Oh, okay. Well, the unicorn is supposed to be like this ultra positive type character.
Yeah.
Who kind of discovers like the extent of her magic through her journeys, but at first she's just super positive for almost seemingly no reason.
Right.
And I just kind of want to put that kind of character into the world. So, other than that, the other two, they're a little hard to explain because they don't really say words. They're almost like Pokemon. Like they have certain vowels that they could say.
Yeah.
And certain expressions, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you already cast voice actors for those yet? Or?
I have ideas of what the voices could be like. I mean,
I'll audition if that's okay.
Yeah. That would be fun if you want to be a ultra positive unicorn.
I try to stay positive at all times. You know, it's like a lot of the negativity. I try to throw that out the way.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And go with it. But yeah, did you dabble into animation yourself too, or like
a little bit, like Flash?
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Is like the cartoon kind of gets a bit of like those like I don't know, like back in the day watching like Newgrounds or something like that, and then like you get those like kind of small cartoons, not really doing like much like you know movement like this, but it's just like kind of moving like that, and, like, with like a word bubble and yeah.
It's like not enough frames. 24 would be nice.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
24 per second, but we'll get there eventually.
No, I'll definitely want to see like some animated music videos, and like it'll be cool if it's like each song just turns into like a story with like within the animation too. But I wanted to talk a bit about the music and for a lot of the guitar stuff that you do, like it's I guess like influential wise, would you call it like kind of more mathy or?
Yeah. I have a few like guitarists that influenced me and kind of my style.
Yeah.
One of them is like this Canadian guitar player that's in a really good metal band and used to be in like a progressive rock type of new metal band before, back in like 2000. So he's been pretty active, and just watching like the way he plays. Another metal guitarist, I like his style. I like Hendrix a lot.
Really? Okay.
I like Jimmy Page. I've seen Halen live. That was fun.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of guitar players definitely inspire me.
Okay.
Musically.
Yeah. So you dabble into quite a bit of like tapping and like sweeping and stuff like that, or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Just kind of curious. What's the metal band that you were talking about? The Canadian one? Like,
they were in a band called Pulse Ultra before, but now they're in a band called Chronicles of Israfel.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's another band, but they're way too hardcore for most people. They're called Siopus.
Okay.
And they're like a mathcore band.
Mathcore.
It's just too loud and noisy for most ears.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I love it.
Yeah, I know, right? That's pretty cool though. For like, cause like when I was listening to like the latest EP, like you know just from like the guitar sound and everything, you keep I feel like you keep like a lot of the sound like very clean. You know, it's almost like not too like effects heavy, but like did you want to kind of like go more towards like that direction, or like do you want to eventually get your music to like some sort of like a heavy points, kind of like the bands you were talking about?
No, I have no pedals, so I mostly just play clean.
Oh, really?
I've
Okay.
actually dabbled with a few pedals, tried a distortion I kind of liked, but then we tried to
Yeah.
record it, and it had no high end, so we were like, what's wrong with this pedal?
Mm-hmm.
We've had, issues like that.
Okay.
But I really like playing clean and then trying to play like as almost distorted as I can, or
Mhm.
trying to kind of almost overcompensate for the rhythmic patterns and strumming, because I
Yeah.
feel like if you play like a tapping lead with distortion, it sounds super clean
Yeah.
and like super nice, no matter like kind of the timing.
Right.
Whereas if you play it clean, it just sounds pretty lame.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it not sound as lame.
I see. Does that ever like because of like the clean sound, does it ever feel like the other instruments around you kind of oversaturates like the sound that you currently have, or
Not necessarily.
not necessarily? Okay.
Yeah, we turn the drums down enough. But when playing live, I'll just turn the guitar up the most, even though I'm tapping.
Okay.
So that way it all kind of balances out. And the
Okay.
bass kind of finds his way in between those levels.
Okay. Yeah. For like the new record, is it? You said it was an EP, or is it like an album?
So far we have about 5 or 6 songs, so like we don't know how long it will be exactly, but
Right.
we're just saying EP for safety.
Okay. Yeah. But then eventually, if you come up with like new stuff, then
Oh, of course, yes.
yeah. When are you planning on releasing that?
Probably a few months.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Well, it only takes us like a month to record necessarily, maybe like 2 if we give ourselves enough time,
Okay.
and then it probably gives us about a month to just mix it down and master it however we do.
That's pretty sick.
But I like to put synths on, and that could take about 3 weeks maybe, so maybe a little bit longer.
Okay. And for like the band itself, like it's currently a 3-piece right
Mhm.
now, right?
Yes.
Were you thinking about possibly adding like another member to like like you said, adding the synth sound and everything like that too?
Kind of. We have a couple friends who would like to participate here and there, so we're gonna try to jam some people out and see what sounds good, I guess.
Hold an audition. Like.
Yeah. Well, more like just to have them come jam with us during a practice, see if that kind of accompanying instrument or sound complements that sound.
Yeah.
And then just run with that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to hear it. Like, how different do you think it'll be from like the last EP?
Well, the last EP was super soft, as you were saying, and like I could say, yeah, soft to most people's ears. Like anybody could really hear it, and it wouldn't disturb them, almost like background music.
Right.
Right. So this one is a little bit heavier in certain ways, even though it's not distorted, and it's like we have like a lot of different transitioning. We have a little bit more maturity in our specific style and which way we're trying to go with it.
Yeah.
Like with before, it was like, okay, we'll do some tapping here and there, and then we'll do some really good strumming or whatever to complement it, instead of having it all be tapping. And this time it's kind of like some songs we have all tapping, sometimes we don't. This one's like a little bit more of that progression of what we used to do, but like, okay, now we know what we're doing, we can write some new songs.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay.
Instead of, because that was, the old EP had a bunch of songs I'd written over a period of a couple of years as well.
Mm-hmm.
So these were all written in like sequence almost.
Oh.
And they, for some reason, seem to be like one really long song.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the longest song you have is like good? Does it span to like 7 to 8 minutes or something like that, or like?
Not really. It's more like they flow into each other, like where one song ends.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Like literally, like I'll end on one chord, and it'll be like, all right, we're gonna use this chord to start the next song, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just goes from there to the next song, and then from the next song, it's like, all right, well, this chord, I'm just gonna move it down a little, and then I'll start, and then just do the next song. So.
Okay, so like the whole album or EP itself is like like a one whole song or something.
Yes.
That's what, okay. That's cool. Then that it feels like utilizing that in your live element will already be like
yes.
a pretty impactful performance. I feel like
Yeah.
That's pretty tight, man. And for the release wise, like I know you've done cassettes and stuff too, but
yes.
For this one, are you planning on doing anything for it, or?
Well, we did cassettes and CDs and Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, so we'll probably just go the same again.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you have the cassettes ready. Just
Definitely.
You'll be the first person to call me.
Yeah, you'll get one.
Yeah, and even like also another impressive thing I thought about, like, especially with your project, was that like you step up on your like merch game quite a bit. And like
I try.
Yeah, and I would see like sweaters and shirts, and like there's even like caps and like even like pendant and stuff too, like, you know, where it's like yeah, you got that thing out there. Were you the one that made that logo, that little Superman looking one? Like
yeah, I did. I don't have it on me right now, but yeah.
Okay.
I made that one.
Okay. That's really, really cool. Like eventually like it'll turn into like a Hero Across the Sky franchise or something, or like
maybe. Put it in packs.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah. Actually, like, speaking of live shows, before we go, how is it? So 4? Okay. Speaking of live shows, this is a question that I like to ask on this show a lot, but like, in your opinion, like, what was one of the most memorable artists you've seen live?
Oh, Alois Batistas. They played with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Beatnik.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they play at Beatnik Bandito. It was sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of band is it?
They're a little bit more like experimental, psychedelic, kind of mathy. Really,
Okay.
Really cool band. They do a lot of cool stuff.
Okay. Is it like a 2-piece, or is it like a 3-piece?
It's actually just a 2-piece, like one guitar player and one drummer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But no, that's really cool. Was there anything about the performance where you just felt like it kind of stood out to you, and like in any way, or?
Yeah, there's this one part where he, like, the drummer had some chains on him, and he was just like dancing with them. Yeah, like, he literally left his drum set. He was dancing with these chains. There's a video online. I'll try to send it to you, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he went back to his drum set. It was crazy because he was making like really cool like percussion type noises, just shaking them around.
Oh, really? So it was just like a part of the song where he just like grabbed a chain from his neck?
No, there was just like these huge gold chains. He just put them on, and then he just starts like dancing, and it was just like super. I don't know.
I don't know how to picture that, really. Like, it's so it's just like a gold chain, and then he just like. He was just like dancing with it, and it just made this sound.
Yes.
And, okay.
It was cool.
That's really interesting. I never. Yeah. Are they local?
No, they're from North Carolina, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to go. I need to watch that video now. It just seems really cool. Wait, for the since I feel like you got really exciting things going on. You know, not only you have this record, the last EP is pretty good, and then you're playing like some shows right now, and you're planning on releasing another EP, but are you planning on possibly going on tour or anything like that, or?
We're kind of trying to work on it. We haven't really planned it, but we've been talking amongst the group, and we all would love to go up to Oregon and Washington.
Okay. Do you find it hard to like balance out like the the music side of the life and with like kind of you having like jobs and stuff like that? Like, is it kind of like hard for you to like find that time to like dedicate on music and do all that stuff?
Well, before I used to work like 4 days, but sorry, that's my sister.
That's okay, that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I had to work 4 days, and I had 3 days off. But now I hit back to a 5-day schedule.
Okay.
So it's been a little hard lately. But yeah, in my free time, I just kind of dedicate it to music or my projects, the merch, or whatever.
Okay, that's really, really cool though. Yeah, because I know when I used to work full time too, and then like just to even like focus on like my music stuff, or even doing this, like it was just kind of hard because like I feel like you have to find that like right time, but even if you do have that time, it's like you have to be in that mindset too. So like yeah.
Sometimes I just have to make inspiration. I'm a really creative person, and I feel like I have the right amount to do everything that I need to or want to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to write everything down. Like, I need to do this later, and I need to do that later, and I need to do this.
Okay.
And I keep like huge list of projects to do, and then that way I don't forget anything. But yeah, sometimes it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like part of being productive though, you know. It's like, at least like you're writing everything down, and like even if you end up crossing out 2 out of 30 things that you're supposed to do,
yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, like, you know, you're still gonna like go back next day, you still having that in the back of your mind. So like, you know,
right.
Yeah. Is there I don't know, like anything like outside, like anything outside of music that like you wanted to accomplish like this year by any chance, or
I guess just getting a little bit further with the cartoon. I'd hope to have like a pilot by at least 2 years. So
oh really? Wow.
I'm mostly focused, or like maybe just a comic book video or something like that. Something with storyboard I could do pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah, outside of music, like did you ever wanted to like if you weren't really like kind of doing music right now, like do you think you would have been like a graphic comic artist or something like that, or like writing graphic novels? Or
I feel like it would be a career that would definitely go well with me, but I never thought that much of it as a kid. When I was like in 5th grade, that's when I mostly started playing guitar.
Okay.
And at the same time I started doing poetry, and I drew a little bit, but I liked skateboarding and I wanted to like go pro and do all that stuff.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of gave up on that dream because I thought that like music seemed more important to me.
Yeah.
No offense to skateboarders. I just didn't want to get hurt.
Yeah. Did you get any like serious injury at all in the past to the point where I was like, nah, I don't know if this is worth it, or okay.
I could jump down 6 stairs, but I didn't want to do rails that were going downwards or anything, because that just seemed really sketchy.
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know, man. I've tried skateboarding a few times. It just didn't work for me. Like, like, you know those moments. I don't know what it is, but like because my first roommate in college, he was like a skater, and he'll just like grab like a couple skateboards, and he'll just be like, hey, you know, let's go out and skate. I'm like, I really don't know how to do it, you know, but I tried it out anyway. I remember like we were just like going down this like, it's not even like a steep hill or anything, but I don't know what it is, but like when you're on like from like the outside, it's kind of like, oh, you know, that doesn't look fast at all, but like when you're like on it, it's like like it feels like it's super fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know how to stop it at all, and I remember just putting my like right foot down and just like I start rolling down over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was a very fond skateboard memory for me.
Dang.
Yeah, it was fun though, but it just wasn't fit.
Yeah.
At the moment, yeah, but no, I feel like especially like with you being like creative with music and art and all that. You know, I don't know. I feel like a lot of exciting things are going to happen with this band. So
thank you.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I think I pretty much asked everything that I wanted to ask, but like, you know, I wanted to get into this next section, which is called this, that, which I'll be asking you like, you know, just different types of like short questions, and you could answer it in the best of your abilities. So yeah. So we could go with something simple like cats or dogs.
Oh dang, that's hard. I'm allergic to cats, but I like dogs.
Okay.
But I like cats, and I'll still pet them. So it's really hard.
Like do you, like, as soon as you pet it, you just like have to go wash your hands afterwards?
Yeah, I start getting goosebumps, and then my eyes start getting super red.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I still pet them.
That's the same thing with me too. A friend of mine has a really cute cat, and it's like you just can't pass it on. And like after I'm done, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Like fluffy Maine Coons.
Yeah. I know, right? Do you let's see, Sunny Day Real Estate?
Yes.
Or Jawbreaker?
Oh, no, it's hard. Sunny Day Real Estate.
Sunny Day Real Estate. Yeah. How did you get into that band?
I went to Seattle on a trip, and like outside they gave us like a free CD or whatever, and it had a bunch of like Seattle bands like Mudhoney, Quasi, like Built to Spill, I guess, a bunch of other bands pretty much, and I listened to that like rock CD a lot.
Oh, okay.
And Sunny Day Real Estate had the song 7 on there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And yeah, I've listened to all their albums since. They're really good.
Okay. Yeah. Where would you place the Rising Tide within the ranking of discography?
Is that their last one?
That's their last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the blue cover and the statue.
I like the one before that, because I feel like when they got a little bit more technical and like progressive, like it was really cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what I'd been used to, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I mean, like, because the Rising Tide is the one that I kind of like listen to the most right now for some reason, because I have it on vinyl, but
Nice.
it's yeah, I don't know, like, now that I think about it, it's like all their records are pretty good, so it's kind of hard to put them together. Right? Yeah, like the Pink one is really good too. So like,
yes.
yeah. I feel like yeah, they're not necessarily all over the place, but like they have their own sound, so it's kind of hard to kind of place.
Do you think that they influenced Band of Horses at all?
Band of Horses?
Yeah.
Never really thought about that. I don't know, like, did they influence Band of Horses? Yeah,
I mean, maybe not directly, but like I feel like that kind of indie type of like long field, like reverberation type. I don't know. I feel like a lot of their songs were similar in ways.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, because I don't know, when people say Band of Horses, it kind of associates with like, you know, kind of indie, folky kind of rock music, but you know, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it derives from like a folk music or whatever, you know, whatever they listen to. So I don't know, I have a feeling that Sunny Day Real Estate contributed to their sound somehow, you know what I mean? Yeah. For the next one, I wanted to ask, like, you know, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you like to go?
New Zealand.
New Zealand? Yeah. Why's that?
So I could go mountain boarding, I guess. That sounds really sketchy, I know.
Mountain boarding? Like,
yeah.
Is that...
I have one. It's a snowboard with tires.
Oh, really?
But it's not a snowboard. It's made for specifically going down mountains.
It's pretty dangerous, right? I mean, how do you stop?
You have a little handbrake, but even so.
It's not, you just kind of have to, like, find your way to, like...
Yeah.
But you're willing to kind of go down and do mountain boarding, or?
I'll try it like from like a shorter bit. I've done it up in Big Bear and been okay. Okay. But I've had friends that have tumbled as well.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want to seriously get hurt, you know. It's like, yeah. How do you feel about 311?
I like Ember. Amber, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that's just that's just like an ongoing question, so it's not. Yeah. No, it's so yeah. It's like some people answer it in different ways, but it's just one of those bands that like I wanted to ask people's opinion about. So
is that a beer?
What?
211.
Oh, 211.
Steel Reserve.
Oh, Steel Reserve. No. Yeah, I guess so. Do you drink a lot?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
One beer gets me drunk, probably.
Especially Steel Reserve, right? Like.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his favorite beer. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's really, really cool. Let's see. If just one last question. One last question that I have is your favorite animation or cartoon?
Oh. I like Space Dandy a lot.
Oh, Space what?
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy.
It was on Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Yeah, or Adult Swim. So.
Yeah, actually, let's switch it up a bit then. Like, so Space Dandy, but then like let's name like a top 3 or something, not in any particular order. Yeah.
I guess it depends. I mean, if it's anime, it'll be like Fooly Cooly or something.
Nice.
But if it's just regular cartoons, I mean, I used to watch like Ed, and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Still watch Courage. That one's pretty awesome. Daria, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Yeah.
Anything funny.
Yeah.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah, dude. It's great that you say Fooly Cooly. Now, you know, you have an obligation to cover a song by the Pillows.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, you got to make that happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just want to say thanks for being a part of this interview and, you know, really telling us about your story and like where this band comes from. So
thank you.
Yeah, it's been really interesting.